Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and I'm Juliet, and today we are going to talk about Twitter ban. So 2 days ago, which was the 5th of June, Twitter was banned and a lot of people got fucked, myself excluded. Several people had their various reasons for joining Twitter, and the reasons varied from fun to jokes, banter, business purposes, relationship purposes, economic purposes, educational purposes, like various reasons, even interaction with other people. And my own reason was I wanted to have fun. I wanted to just like enter somewhere and just laugh away all my stress, and I guess like gradually it increased and I enjoyed the human interaction aspect of Twitter. I made lots of friends. I joined lots of community, like my interest. I found lots of people that had the same interests like me, so it felt like I was not alone. I had people that I could relate with. I learned new things. Like every day, I can say that majority of many things I know, not majority, but a lot of things I know. Like I got those information from Twitter. Like I had more knowledge, or I had more interest to read up on body autonomy and the rights of LGBTQ people and several human interactive and economic and social discussions. I developed interest on them via Twitter. So I went to read up on them, because if Twitter was not there to like bring those interests to my knowledge, I'll not have developed or gotten enough interest to go and read up on them and learn more. So I can't say that Twitter taught me a lot. However, of recent, whenever I log in on Twitter, I keep seeing bad news, deaths, rapes, murder, corruption, police brutality, terrorism, even banditry and Fulani herdsmen operations throughout several parts of the country. And it's just makes coming on Twitter like tiring. Not that I want to dig my head into the ground like an ostrich, but too much bad news can affect your mental health. And then if it's not about all those bad aspects, then it's always about the useless and mundane sex relationship. And not that marriage is useless. I hate seeing constant talks about marriage and what will you do when you're married and all these things that you should not be discussing unless like you are married, because many of these things you can't discuss them unless you are, the shoe fits. Anyway, so when the news about Twitter ban arose, I felt as if I was not affected, because I was very tired of going on Twitter basically. And most of the time when I go inside, it's only once in a while that the fun comes, and then you laugh, and then within 2 seconds the smiles are wiped off your face because you are seeing more bad news. So I felt like it did not affect me greatly, because I was basically not going on Twitter. However, I had some days to reflect, and I realized that Twitter is actually much more than all this information. Like Twitter, it's like a necessity for some people. Twitter is people's escapism. Like several people in Nigeria, I can't imagine what they are going through now. Yes, they have VPN, but that's another discussion for another day. As for VPN, I think maybe I finally managed to see that I actually have to download it now. However, I'm too lazy to download it, because to set it up, to download it, and because the one I'm planning to download is going to be Express VPN, because of all these adverts from all these sponsors from the people I follow on YouTube. So I guess it's Express VPN I'm going to get. So, but I am lazy. Like I don't think I'm going to download it now. Back to the aspect that Twitter is actually much more than me. A lot of people, their business started on Twitter. Their business is on Twitter. I have purchased items on Twitter: clothes, shoes, hair, bags, even washing machine. I purchased it on Twitter. And I can't imagine that lots of people have also made those kind of purchases from Twitter too. So imagine those people's source of livelihood just cut off like that. And then now go to the influencers. Like I know certain people that they say that their business is influencing. Like their business is, although sometimes what they're influencing is like questionable, but it is their source of livelihood. And suddenly the government has banned their source of livelihood, and now like they are back to ground zero. And even if they use VPN, there are lots of people that will not get VPN, and that means lots of people will not access Twitter, and that means a majority of their markets are gone. So who are they now influencing? When a majority, if they get it and continue their business, who would they now be influencing? Because their target market is Nigerian, and if half of Nigeria is not on Twitter for them to be influencing, how would they make their money? So these several aspects, the business parts, the people that their source of livelihood on Twitter, now their source of livelihood is cut. On the other hand, there are several smart people on Twitter, like intellectuals, according to what I call them. They come on Twitter to disseminate information, whether medical, whether health-wise, sexual-wise, because there is sexual health, and Nigeria is quite lacking in that educational aspect. Educational information, technical information, technological information, even migrating information, any type of information you want, you will always find people that are disseminating this information on Twitter. And now you can't, like, those things are cut off. Why? On the other hand, a lot of people, their lives have been changed via Twitter. Lots of people have gotten jobs via Twitter. A lot of people's life have been changed on Twitter. A lot of people have gotten help via Twitter. Even me, like, Twitter is sort of my diary, because I have a second account different from my main account. I did not open the account for trolling. I opened it like it was a sort of a mini diary for me. It was a sort of a diary for me, in which I wrote the mundane, random, weird thoughts that come into my head, and I felt a relief as I was writing those things down, because it was a form of therapy for me, and it was a private, anonymous journal, in the sense that if anybody stumbles across it, they will not know it's me. So it's just a place where I just dropped any information on my head, and then I was free. It was no more occupying space in my head. And there's the human interactive aspects. A lot of people, they have made friends on Twitter, myself included. They have made friends, communities, and that comfort that when you speak, you'll be engaged. You have people that will talk to you. It has been cut off. That feeling that you are not alone. You will speak and somebody will respond. That was what Twitter was for a lot of people, and now that's gone. And then let's not even delve into the gross infringement of human rights, freedom of speech, the economic aspect of Twitter ban, political aspects, social aspects, a lot of things. Like, it's just a jumbled pot of mess. Not that Twitter is a rainbow and good place. There are terrible people there. There are really terrible people. However, when it's time to do the needful, the Nigerian people on Twitter have actually done good things. For example, poor case of that Hini Umorun girl in Oyo State, whereby she was kidnapped and subsequently murdered. Twitter people rose up to the occasion. They investigated until they discovered who was, the suspect, and police subsequently arrested him. Although now corruption, like, the case just seems like it's now, the more you look, the less you see, because it was more than that, and Twitter people discovered that. So there are lots of amazing people on Twitter. Therefore, these amazing aspects outweighs whatever reasons the government can give as to why they banned Twitter. Because if you think about it, this thing has actually been in the making for a long time. The government had always wanted to ban Twitter, and I believe it started from that period last year when the EndSARS movements gained momentum, because lots of, like, the EndSARS movement started from Twitter, and it erupted and affected the entire country. So when a common app like this can affect an entire nation, I believe the Nigerian government must have felt undermined, that their power is being challenged by a bunch of youths or like the president call us jobless Nigerian youths, and they were able to make this kind of statements via Twitter. Therefore, I believe that it was like, as at that moment that they said that they must ban Twitter, but they could not find a perfect opportunity until last week when the president's tweet was deleted, because it was a dangerous tweet, honestly. When you are threatening an entire tribe with war, that is actually a dangerous tweet, and rightfully it was deleted, because I'm sure lots of people reported that tweet. The Twitter was not just on their own deleted tweets if it was not reported, or maybe no, I don't know. This is a dangerous precedent with which the Nigerian government are setting down, and I've seen lots of people that are in support of this action, and I'm saying you should, like, there are some things, even if like it was a necessary step to have taken, this is not something that should be done. If you're in support of this, what if the next day the government decides to ban Instagram? What if the next day the government decides to ban LinkedIn? What if the next day the government decides to ban YouTube? We always keep finding reasons. This is a dangerous situation with which we find ourselves in, because sooner or later, our right to freedom of speech, our right to criticism of the government, our right to speak on social justice will become a favor and no more a right, because the government will keep making unfavorable policies and we will not speak out. I guess even now, I don't even know if I'm speaking out or if I'm just laying or seeing the effect of Twitter on me and several people. So I guess in the end, I think I'm going to download VPN. Although they say that anybody that's found with Twitter on their app will be punished, and I guess on what law? And if I was on Twitter, probably I would have found out the law with which they will punish me under. But as I was saying earlier, I'm going to download VPN, Express VPN, and I'm going to log in on Twitter, and I'm going to keep writing on my journal, and hopefully interact with other people I've met on Twitter that are not in Nigeria and my friends. Therefore, thank you very much. Please subscribe to my channel, and if you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. Thank you very much.